I might need my glasses. No, I can read it.
Okay.
Go. What was your first job in Hollywood? My first job in Hollywood was actually a journalist. I was an entertainment journalist. And my second job in Hollywood was the first script I ever wrote, sold to Steven Spielberg. So I sort of feel guilty that my struggle was brief, but that was my first gig. Favorite cocktail? Definitely martini, 3 olives straight up, which I'm going to have after this day is over. Favorite Halloween costume? My favorite Halloween costume that I wore as a child was Dracula. And I literally went 10 years in a row as Dracula. I would do different variations of it every year, which why this year we're doing a little bit of a vampire Nosferatu theme on horror stories. So I feel in a big way it's a tribute to my grandmother because she was obsessed with Dracula. Worst fashion mistake. Well, one time I wore this yellow hat to Comic-Con, and not until I had a baby did I read Curious George and the Man in the Yellow Hat. So I did not put those two things at all together. And all the young kids on Twitter kept calling me the Man in the Yellow Hat based on Curious George. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I still get GIFs and tweets making fun of that hat. I'll never get that hat out of my Twitter feed.
Can I have my hat, please?
What do you listen to in the car? Right now I'm listening to Ryan Adams' version of 1989 because I love his voice. I think that's so interesting, his interpretation of Taylor Swift songs. And I'm like a 14-year-old girl. Like, I love pop music. I get very excited when the new Justin Bieber song comes on. I've always been obsessed with pop culture and stuff that's percolating now in the culture. So it's really interesting to have a 2.5-year-old in the back seat who tells me to stop singing, which he does every day. First time you were starstruck. When I first started off as a journalist, one of my first assignments was I got to go to New York City to the premiere of Heartburn, a Mike Nichols movie, and then interview Meryl Streep. So probably that. First CD or cassette tape you bought, I'll never forget this. The first cassette tape I bought was the theme from Mahogany. And my father knew instantly, I think, that I was gay and freaked out. And I remember that because I saw his face physically drop. And he literally said to me, are you sure you don't want to return that and buy Live and Let Die? You really love that song, because it was a rock song. So that's that. Favorite Lady Gaga song? Probably Bad Romance, just because it was the arrival of something with her. I also love Applause from the Art Pop album. I feel like that album was very misunderstood. Funniest nickname you've ever been given? My grandmother called me Bossy Pants, which I now call my oldest son. Bossy Pants, probably. What would you be doing if you weren't working in the industry? When I first moved here, I was a garden designer, and I would make a little money on the side when I was dead broke designing gardens because my grandmother taught me how to do that. And one garden that I did early on got published in the LA Times Magazine long ago. I like that side of life. I like getting out and getting your hands dirty and not using your brain, using a different part of you. So probably a landscape designer, architect. The end.
Thanks for playing.
That was fun. Thanks, Hollywood Reporter. I think I said too much, but I'm glad I did it.